Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So today's reading is going to be a message from Spirit. We're going to ask, what does Spirit think about this person, your connection with them, if you have a complicated situation, if you can't make up your mind. This is reading. I'm filming it hoping that we get some clarity on your person. It brings you clarity of thought. I can open the cards for you for today's reading. We do have 4 piles. So the first card is Success. The second card is Friendship. The third card is Wisdom. And the fourth card is Healing. So you can pause if you need a little longer, pick the color that calls you the most, or a certain image on it, or a word, or the numbers that are written on it that can help you pick your pile. And I'm going to begin with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the card of Success, number 12, this reduces to 3. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor and integrity. Very interesting. So this gives me a narrative about either about you or your person. The situation between the both of you is a lot about this person, and both of you in fact thinking what happiness and success really means to you. I'm going to pull out 3 cards to see the energy of this connection so that you can know if this is your pile or not. Okay? Oh, we got 4, so we'll go with that. I'm gonna take this one upright. Hangman, I'm gonna take this reverse. This is the Shells is Cup, Page of Cups, Romantic in reverse. This upright reverse, right? Upright. The Tower. Upright reverse. Upright. Temperance. So we have major arcanas, so something pretty major has happened between the both of you. Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius is very prominent, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also Leo is very important, 4th house. Roots. This is again returns back to success, and we have 12 for Hangman and 12 for this as well. We have 16 and 14. This is 7, this is 5, this is 3, 4th house is in the middle. This is a progressive energy, so I feel like there's a sense inside, like you feel that this situation is a lot on you and your person. I feel like your person is representing the Tower energy where you're representing the Temperance energy, so you're kind of waiting for something to begin over here. It's almost like either if it didn't start off in the beginning, or with your Page of Cups, it's like it was a very non-emotional situation that you had, but it resulted in a truckload of emotions after that. It's like the situation was very stuck. It was the same old we were going through again and again. There was nothing very exciting or promising, and I feel like either a split took a place, or a breakup, or like you stop talking, or even if you're just talking, it's just quite complacent. You don't understand where you stand with each other, at least you don't. That is the first, that is the initial narrative I'm getting. I say initial because this is the base of it. It's like a confirmation if this is your situation, if you resonate even with a quarter of it. I also hear that you're not someone that is very emotional yourself. Whether you're a man or a woman, you're someone that thinks about things through, and you have thought about this and you kind of feel like you want to give it a go, but you're not able to express your emotions yourself to this person. You're being very patient with this situation. You're not trying to act on your impulse, even though you feel like you wanna kind of hit this person up, or you'd like to receive. Like, there's the term I'm hearing is sporadic. I would like to know more about the situation. I would like to know where do I stand with this person. I would like to know if this is going anywhere or not. You're very anxious, is what I pick up, and you're trying to do your best to not act out on this situation. You're trying to not show your emotions because there is a lot that's happening, with the Tower before that, and the Temperance and the Hangman. They are two major arcanas that have similar traits over here. You're having to keep your cool, and you're kind of like, well, what's the point of all of this, is what I'm almost hearing. What's the damn point of this? Like, am I hoping for something that's not gonna come, or am I just being stupid, or am I being like unrealistic, or is this just is this connection a waste of my time, energy, and resources? Like, am I being hopeful for nothing? Basically, that's what I see. Like, you're kind of really questioning, like, what is the potential of this situation kind of panning out for me? So I'm going to pull out a few cards and see exactly what Spirit wants to say about your person or your connection. Whatever comes through, whatever can be helpful. It's not going to be linear, is what I pick up. I feel the need to say that this situation is not defined by Spirit, so to speak. This is just defined by you and your person. Um, Again, we have water in reverse. There's like this person is cloaking their truth. This person is trying to be unemotional about it because they're still recovering from something that took place. The Tower, Scorpio energy. I'm trying to be, I'm just trying to be logical about this, which is not really working in their favor. Because it's like in terms of love or relationships, you can't always be logical. It doesn't make sense. Like, you've got to use different part of your brain to figure it out. You've got to let yourself a little loose when you're trying to figure out about relationships don't work with strategy. They work with perhaps emotional intelligence. Relationships don't work with a 2 plus 2. Relationships sometimes just work with you're trying to maybe make it a 2 plus 2. Maybe what's required is 2 plus 1. Like, it doesn't make sense, but that's what is required over here. So I feel like you're the stronger one in this relationship right now. I'm not saying that they're incapable of being, I don't know what strong means over here, whatever your perception allows you, but you're more stronger in the sense because this person is shocked by something. Now you would know what that is. You're actually doing way better than you understand in this situation, and also from your person's perspective. I'm just going to pull out a random card. Emotional energy. So this says emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. So this person is trying to figure it all out by themselves. That's what Spirit would tell you, that, you know, they're not a bad person. They're just somewhere emotionally feeling incapable. Now, this is something that you need to put in perspective, that a lot of times we meet a version of ourselves that doesn't know how to encounter the situation. There can be a possibility that you are more emotionally mature than this person, but that doesn't mean that they're incapable of developing that maturity. It just means that they're meeting a part of themselves that doesn't know how to meet with this situation. They don't know how to navigate their way through this. So when I tell you that, it means it's a fact. It's not something you can change. It's not something you can wish upon. It's not something that you can basically, when you're trying to receive the guidance that I'm giving you, it's more for your understanding, and it's not for you to alter or hope or wish or something with change. It's not that. I don't know what good does it do to you, but it's like, just accept the information that's coming through about your person, especially if you resonated with the initial introduction that I gave to your situation. You're kind of like feeling like the situation is stagnant over here. It's because this person has met with a version of themselves that they don't know exactly what to do with, which could be the aftermath of a trigger, a big trigger. This is not a small thing. A tower means that there was a part within themselves that was decaying. So now that part is going away. It's naturally dissolving within them. So they don't know who they are without that part. So they're like in a transitional phase, and they're not sure what to do with this connection, because with the Hangman, I feel like they do recognize the spiritual aspect of it, but they're quite confused. Radical self-love. So number 41 gives me, we can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love ourselves, live the truth of ourselves. So again, this is see, we have confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. And women supporting women, together we can transcend our individual limitations. So this person actually needs assistance. By that I mean that it's not like you have to message them and rescue them or something like that. I feel like this is more of a situation where your patience is actually serving them better than you trying to get in between what they're trying to learn. So I think that the correct answer is somewhere the way that you are being patient with what you are learning is somewhere actually aiding the situation. I think that this confuses you because with the way I channeled it myself, felt a little bit non-assertive in a manner. It's like a big question for you is that how does it serve that I don't do anything and I'm just still? But the thing over here you're not realizing is that you're giving this person the space to heal. A true healer is someone that doesn't heal things for you, is someone that helps you understand how you can heal yourself. So in the ways in which you are understanding, quote unquote, this situation to be stagnant, you're actually doing the right thing by giving this person the time, space, and energy that they need to heal themselves. That's another thing you need to know about this situation. Your willingness or you giving this person space right now to heal themselves is your act of unconditional love. That's what they're saying. And it takes a lot of bravery to do that, to recognize that you can't be codependent on them. I think that your person is not aware that you're waiting on them and you're giving them this space. which is honestly very mature of you. We have 2 cards, protection and underworld. So you know that this person struggles with transmuting a lot of pain, and since you're emotionally connected with this person, a lot of things are coming your way. And this is the cloaking, literally on the card. This is the cloaking. The fact that you're not going in and giving in to this situation, knowing that you want them to be more active, is actually helping them. It's like, in a sense, that the situation, this person is feeling helpless. They would like you to come and help them in some shape or form. And the fact that you're not helping them is making them feel helpless, which is aiding in them helping themselves. Does that make sense? So they really want to say that you're doing the right thing by staying away right now and letting themselves understand themselves. Because over here with radical self-love, because you're not giving into your, perhaps whatever you like to call it, your codependency, your neediness, or your loneliness to be with this person, is actually provoking them to do the work that they need to do. Because you're actually giving them, by you not giving into this situation, you're actually giving them the space to solve it by themselves, which is actually a very good thing, because it's not just difficult for you. It's this is like doing the right thing, because you understand that if you step in right now, you'll be stepping into their karmic cycle ultimately, which means that you're leaving the process or the healing process or this lesson you're learning right now for yourself, and you would be interrupting both of yours progress. So it can sound quite diabolical, or if you're actually leveling with me, you would understand how this pain that you're feeling in separation is actually the right thing you're doing by not going and interfering in the process. Because no matter how they are, whether they're an avoidant, they're a fearful avoidant, anxious, whatever attachment style you'd like to label it, all of it is stemming from a loneliness, and which this person has been suppressing for a really long time. That's why they became emotionally unavailable, and so did you in some part of yourself. So now you're becoming available for yourself. Instead of running back to them or doing something like that, you're taking the higher road, the road less taken, and you're doing that. And so it is making them prone to follow their own path, because nobody is coming in to put a safety net out there. You're not doing the easy thing, you're doing the right thing. That is kind of what they want to really say about your situation with this person. Forgiveness. Hurt blocks our light. So your person is someone that during this time, because you're not coming forward, they're saying that your absence is making this person's walls crumble down, because you're not giving in. And somehow, as what's the word, as heartless as it sounds right now, it's like the best thing you're doing for them. Because this situation, the main thing that I see is really by you staying where you need to be, is that it's crumbling their walls down. So because you're not going behind them, chasing them, you're making them uncomfortable within the walls that they have created for themselves, and they're realizing like, well, why did I create these walls in the first place? They're thinking about it. And maybe the way in which they're actually thinking about it could be as if, like, in the way that they behaved with you, or the way that they were pushing you away, and things that they were unconsciously doing that now are coming to their awareness, because there's a light coming in, and they can't ignore what they're thinking and what they're realizing about you. And they're realizing that this is not, the walls weren't created because of you didn't do anything. And they're realizing that the walls were already there. So they're kind of realizing and seeing themselves being a prison of their own cage. They're realizing where they put themselves because they didn't want to get hurt, and this is resulting in them releasing their past. It's like when they're not getting what they want in the moment, it's making them realize why they're not getting it. Why is it they're not in their reality? And they're realizing like it's not there because I don't completely allow it. They're kind of seeing the double standard in the situation. Like, I am angry at them for not being here, but then I'm realizing I pushed them away. So forgiveness is a very lengthy, and it's like got multiple layers to it. It's not just forgiving yourself, your parents, but the people that were involved, the people that you chose, different versions of yourself. Forgiveness is a very big umbrella term for a lot of things that have happened to us. So this is a very big purge that we picked up in the beginning with your person. I don't think they're done, but this is really solving them. That's what they would say. We have 25 and 26. So you got to know one thing, that this is moving forward, okay? Things don't always, when you're manifesting something, it doesn't show up so quickly in our reality when it's something pretty big. It kind of takes a lot of effort, especially like um, it takes a lot of emotional quotient out of you, releasing all of your beliefs and things like that. So I see your person really trying to figure that out first of all. Like, what is the reason why this is mainly not here? Why are they not here? Why? What did I do? And all sorts of things like that. Soulmate. So they want you to know that yes, this is a soulmate of yours. This is a very strong connection. This could be the one. So again, I feel like whenever that card comes out, I always try to mention that this is something that I said in the beginning as well, that this goes according to your free will and this person's free will. If that's something that the both of you desire to make this work, I mean, honestly, I don't see any problem. If this is exactly meeting your needs and your criteria and things like that, and I feel like I feel like you guys can develop a good compatibility with each other. um it always takes work. I mean, that doesn't have to be, it's like unsaid, like it always takes work. um but I see that they do reciprocate that feeling, especially of this soulmate. Like, they feel like, this has got to be a very significant person in my life. Wedding, see, I feel like this person feels a lot for you. And I think that the main question really comes out is probably about a past version of themselves that is probably no longer, it doesn't really exist. They want to say that your impact has been very big on this person's life, almost to the extent it has really changed. If they were someone that was not very relationship type or very serious about relationships, that doesn't exist anymore. And I think in a realistic sense, it means that maybe there are patterns that they still follow, or they still embody certain habits, that they behave in a certain manner, excuse me. But it's like their values have changed. So for a person, that when that belief and that value changes, it takes a little time for it to physically manifest, but it's there. That's what they want you to know, that that they have met themselves at a different level now. How they say that a person can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. So you are forcing this person to meet themselves at a deeper level, and to really think about, like, the first question that I really feel is over here them thinking a lot about, like, well, why don't I have them around? And then they realize, like, you pushed them away, so why would they be here? They're thinking about, like, why are they not here? And they realize that, oh, you pushed them away, so they really can't be over here. So that's a very big key that they needed to have for themselves, to realize, like, well, okay, I push this away, then it's kind of like, diabolical. Like, how can I expect? It's like contradictory. So they're kind of really thinking about, like, okay, why is it so contradictory over here, right? So that's what they're thinking. That's what they also want you to know about this person, is that, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is the earth element, stability. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I think they want to say that this person does have the mental capacity to nurture themselves into a better person, a stronger and self-assured person. They're kind of on this path already of nurturing themselves, because I think that their willingness, or their this question that they have inside, of wanting to understand themselves, wanting to know, is just it's just signifying their willingness on how they want to figure themselves out. And I think that is a good thing in them, that they are curious to understand themselves. This is not someone that's entirely I don't know, they're just saying they're not dumb, or they're not they just have a natural human tendency that you and I both tend to have when we're meeting a very difficult part of ourselves, which not just requires self forgiveness, but forgiving other people, the ones that we have held a grudge onto for so long, thinking that we hold this grudge will keep ourselves safe. If I, that person hurt me in my past, and I will always remember they did that to me, so then in the future you keep using that as a reason not to let other people in. But this process is very elaborative. It's not something that happens overnight. It does take time. That's one thing I'm going to say. Make the effort. Again, the situation requires effort. You can develop a rapport, you can develop a compatibility with this person. I don't know, for some reason I feel like compatibility does consist of values, ideas, beliefs, future long term goals, or something like that, that matches with the both of you. You want stability. It could talk about it could just talk about that certain future goals that you have do align with each other. That is a very good thing. I feel guided to pull out a few cards for you now. See what's up with you. So I'm going to take this in reverse. We have Pure Delusion in the reverse. Miser in reverse. Flowering and the source and friendliness. I feel like what this situation is doing to you while you're apart from this person is actually making you more defenseless in the best possible way. You're also someone that's quite defensive. You could have related with a few things that I noted out for your person, or I pointed out for your person. It tells me that you were also someone that used to hold yourself back a lot because of this, like a tic-tac-toe that you like to play with other people, because you're scared of being vulnerable. You don't want to show your love. There's almost this message that not everything has to be expressed just for the sake of it, in the sense that if you say something to another person, or you're expressing something, it doesn't have to always be met. How do I place it? Like, if you tell someone that supposedly you're hanging out with someone, and you know that they have to leave and they have to go somewhere, or they have to go to work, and you're just not telling them that you would like them to be with you for a little while longer, because you know that they can't. But just the thought of it, is just expressing your feeling to them, might make them feel nicer, might just let them know that you would like them to be with you a little longer. Like, just because something is not being given to you right exactly in the moment, it's not wrong that you just express it. It's not I don't know, it's not always done just for the sake of receiving it back, or only said if it's going to be given to you. Some things are done a little bit selflessly. This is just a way of expressing yourself. This is just a little bit of a feminine aspect. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. This is just letting your feminine energy flow and be expressive. Feminine energy is very expressive, irrespective of judgment, irrespective of being embarrassed, things like that. It's just like you're telling that person, I would love if you would stay a little longer, even though they can't. It's not in a needy sense. It's just a sense of self-expression. It's just like, I said what I said. That's it. Not sure where that place is, but it's just about a free flow expression that I just express how I felt. It's not always that I'm expecting something back. So if it's in the terms that you tell this person how much you really like them, it's not always in the sense that, of course, it's a human tendency, you would like to hear the same thing back, but it's somewhere it's just for you. It's just for you to express how you really feel about them. It's like I'm hearing it's an act of bravery on your own end, just to express that to another person that hey, I really, really feel for you. That's it. You said how you feel. You can't control what they're going to do about it. But if you're always thinking about what they're going to do about it, if they're going to act in a way that's favorable for me, otherwise I'm not going to tell them how I feel. That's just somewhere I'm hearing anxiety. That's anxiety. You're being controlled by fear. So I hope that reduces it down, really. I'm going to pull out a few channel messages from this person from a self-curated oracle deck. If you wish to book a personal reading, get messages from this. Information is given down below. We're going to conclude this reading. I'm upset with myself. I understand your needs. See, I'm telling you, there's something about like this person understands what it is required to be in a relationship, what they need to do, what they need to have in order for themselves. I care about how other people perceive us. You're the one for me. Yeah, I feel like this person is more sure of you than you are. I don't know why I said that. I didn't value what I had. And I feel betrayed. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing I want to give this a real chance. I dream about you and I don't feel worthy of your love. Okay, so pile number 1, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button. Subscribe for more. Hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how it resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below. And I am going to see you guys in another one. Bye-bye. Pillow pile number 2, if you chose the card of friendship, this is going to be a reading. It says, bring to me friendship true, sharing, laughter, understanding 2. This is number 14, reduces to 5. I'm picking up on strong Aquarius energy. So I feel like I'm picking up on this energy of like a little bit of being detached, or sometimes this person is very cold, and even energetically it seems like they shut you down, or they shut you out, excuse me. They shut down themselves. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards to see what's the current situation between the both of you. You can see if this is your pile, so we can move ahead. I hear they're not a simple person. Like they're quite complex at this point for you to understand what it is with them. I'm going to take this upright, this one in the reverse. King of Wands, Gems is Pentacle, Roses is Wands, the Motivator in reverse. Page of Pentacles, the Builder, High Priestess, Intuition, Piscean energy. So your current situation seems like you feel very emotional. Both of you are quite emotional about the situation. There could be telepathy. This is a strong connection. Both of you have a lot of pessimism. You're thinking really the worst of each other is what I feel. And it's also because the both of you are quite invested. There's some sort of investment. You feel invested in this situation. With the friendship, I can only assume maybe there was something that was started off a little bit, light-hearted, and then it developed into something pretty deep with the High Priestess. The both of you have not really told each other how you really feel about the situation. There's like, I don't think there's open communication. There's a lot that's happening, probably like you're dreaming of this person. There's astral communication, but physically there's very less to give for it, to prove of it, to prove for it, or like it's this could also be a situation where you have not really confessed your feelings to each other. This could also be on the opposite tangent, that you were in a relationship and you're just struggling to communicate with each other. I feel like the King of Wands is the ultimate giveaway over here, which tells me that the both of you are thinking the worst of each other because you're scared you're gonna lose each other. It could be just you if you're relating with this narrative, but it kind of seems like you're scared you're gonna lose this person because you feel quite invested in them. You think that you've put in your heart, something like you've invested something that's pretty tangible. It could just be that you're attached to them. You didn't ask for this connection, but it just came to you. That's what I feel. It's like this energy that I didn't really ask for this, but it just came to me, and now I feel kind of helpless. Like, why is it here? I don't know what's the right choice to be made. I don't know how I should be dealing with this situation. um I really, really, really care for them. I know that they too, but when we talk to each other, it's very different. We're not very intimate or verbal with each other. There's a sense like I feel like crying. You're like really, really emotional about this person. Like they really get you in your feels. And, I think that majorly what I see is like the both of you, if I could place it, is like in your own safe place, both of you are very, very soft about each other. But the moment you come in front of each other, you're like very different. Or there's like this facade that you put on. You don't want to give away too much, or like there's lack of vulnerability between the both of you. That's what I feel like. It could be just you, that you feel so much for them, but you're not able to show that to them. And that's why you feel quite invested, because this is the energy of being invested, but in reality when we count it, it's quite less. So it's like the other person also thinks that you're not that invested, and that's why there's so much pessimism, because there's like an intuitive knowingness, like deep down, like I know that they feel the same, but when it comes on the face value, you're kind of like, okay, this is way different than I expected, so what happened over here? I think that's the whole scenario that I pick up over here with your person. And you, I think you're also coming across like that. There's nothing, you're not oblivious to the fact that you also portray yourself to be, you both of you are kind of like regulating yourself according to the other person. Like this is a level of fear of like, I don't know, just vulnerability. You're not okay with showing them exactly how much you feel for them, how much you care for them at the end of the day. And it's quite hot heated. You have so many emotions for each other that ranges from positive to negative emotions. And I feel like anger, like Martian energy is very strong over here. So that's anger, fuming, thoughts, or raging thoughts, and like emotions, obsessive thoughts, and like racing thoughts, like a ping pong going from here and there. There's also sexual frustration or tension, there's passion, there's defensiveness. Mainly I see a lot of aggression and roaring emotions when I talk about the Martian energy. With the seventh house, they're giving me seventh house. Libra sits in seventh house. I'm picking up on Saturn. So this connection is really making you think about love, relationships. This is putting you through the ringer, thinking about your past relationships, thinking about this one. Is it good enough? What do I deserve? What should I do? What do they deserve? How can I be a better partner? Um, Also, like questioning your self-worth. You're questioning your self-worth. I'm picking up on second house now. That's a very earthy energy, like Taurian energy. It seems like you're in a pickle with this person. What energy is this? What is the main? You kind of want to open the... I feel like you want to open up communication with this person. You want this to become more clearer. You're like, why the heck is it so difficult to get along with them? Why is it so difficult? Like, why is it so difficult to get along with this person? Why is it so difficult for both of us to, in fact, get along with each other? That's what I'm feeling. Why is this not working out? Okay, we're going to ask Spirit now, what is their perception? What do they think of your person in this situation? Upright reverse. Reverse. So I feel like I'm hearing that they're quite defensive. With the protection, they feel defenseless. I'm going to take this one in the reverse, whatever it is. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing obstacle and wisdom. So first of all, they're saying it's not the right time. Now, we all hate to hear that, but that's the truth. It's like I'm hearing that you're not ready. They're not ready for something that is to come in this relationship. Oftentimes, we can't really understand what is going to happen in the future. What are the multiple variables that can affect the situation? We don't know. And there is power in accepting that we don't know, and maybe we don't know. That's it. Like, we don't know what can happen in the future, and we're thinking like, oh, what's the worst could happen? But the worst is probably what Spirit is preventing right now. So that's the first fact you need to know about this situation. Okay. Underworld. This was in pile number 1 as well. Erosion. It was again, this is like pent up frustration. Like, you have so much anger, you have so much bitterness, you have all from it from the past. This is like, anger is the first layer, the first emotion, and then the second is grief. And that comes from when you don't allow yourself to express anger, and you don't allow yourself to feel the pain, and you keep suppressing it. And then slowly by slowly, you become a grumpy man, and you don't know why you're irritated by the smallest things in life. You don't know. It's all pent up. So they're telling me that if this person is pretty grumpy, you know, you say something and you feel like you're walking on eggshells, or they're like pretty angry, they don't really have a soft personality. It doesn't matter. This is not about a man or a woman. Even women can be pretty grumpy. Even men can be pretty grumpy. It's just about the type of person that they have become. It's because Spirit is poking the bear right now. They're like in this separation. They're creating scenarios around them, which is making them look themselves in the eye and be like, what the heck are you so mad about, you know? And I think one thing they want you to know is that the separation was so important because they have certain triggers that would have come across as very wrong or abusive towards you. So they're saying that the second fact you need to accept is that this person's baggage is not your problem in the best possible manner. You staying away from this person right now is very good, because right now they're doing the work that is required on them. Now, a lot of times we come across this phenomenon of like, you know, soulmates or counterparts or whatever it is, like two people mirroring each other. However, I don't pick up that you're exactly like this. You may be going through something else, but in this person's scenario, you picked this pile, and I believe it must resonate to an extent if Spirit guided you to this reading, that there is something in this person that's quite, they blow things out of proportion, you know. They've got their own issues. I don't think necessarily it's you. I don't know how long you've been involved with them. Specifically, if you're a newer person, you don't really have a foundation with them. You're quite energetically and emotionally invested. But on a physical, tangible level, if you're not involved with them, you haven't been that deep, it's like they're holding on so much pain from the past that they've not accepted and released, that, you know, they would, if they get involved with you, they're going to start taking that leniently, because you're relatively a softer person is what I feel. And that doesn't mean that you haven't had your own grumpy or irritated phases, but it just seems like you're not there. Like, you're not somebody that can just explode somewhere. I feel like it just seems like this is someone that the closer you'll get, if they don't resolve it, they will unintentionally hurt you or break your heart because of the way that they become so angry and like temperamental. And it's possible they might say certain things that spirit doesn't want you to be being a victim of, almost like, because you have a connection with them, and that's very beautiful. And I'm not saying that they're a bad person, but I'm just saying that this is spirit's way of really, really protecting you from this person's wrath, because which is totally uncalled for. If this person has so much anger from their past and their parents relationship and their childhood, it's completely uncalled for them to be in a relationship when they know they can burst out on you on little things and just blow it out of proportion and make you feel shitty. Like, that's the last thing you need in your life. And again, I'm not saying, or um I'm not diagnosing this person as anything. They're not giving me anything like that. I'm just pointing out a part of them. This is not the whole of them. This is a part of them, which they have to deal with, and they have to clear it out. And I can maybe assume that this revolves around maybe rejection, parents not really taking care of them, having shame around their needs, maybe being told that their anger is not valid, maybe being told that their losses weren't valid, so they didn't learn how to really release all of these emotions, which makes me feel like a lot of these things that happened to them in their childhood, it feels like a childhood thing. Honestly, I think I'm 99% sure. I leave that 1% up for exceptions. But like, with the protection in reverse, tells me that there were things that happened to them. They were defenseless to it. They just happened to them. They internalized them. They didn't voice them out. They, felt defenseless. They felt like their feelings don't matter. And it's good to talk about a father figure, but it doesn't have to be. It's just feeling. You know how they say that that a bully has always been bullied before, so it's kind of giving that energy that somebody did that to them and then they started becoming like that. So they learned that behavior from somebody, and this seems completely like a childhood thing that results later on moving on in life. I guess I'm getting so anxious because it's like now this person may be feeling a lot of feelings that are bringing out so much anxiety and like restlessness, which, if they have you around, you're gonna become just what's that word? Punching bag. You're gonna become a punching bag. Because no matter what you do, no matter how much you're nice to them, it'll never be enough. Because they're not in control of themselves. Rest. Yeah, they need time to them. See? We have pain and intuition. I think the intuition is not so much so about them, but you trusting that you're doing the right thing and you don't deserve this. I get it, okay? There's so many layers to life and it cannot be narrowed down with just black and white. And the fact is that over here you have a connection with someone that needs healing. And the universe is not stupid, the universe is not dumb. Today, maybe you don't understand why they were bringing this person when they're not ready for you, but there's something that they're doing in your life through this person as well. Okay? So I'm gonna see what else do they want to say about this person. Radical curiosity, seeing as if for the first time every time. So I think they're going through like something at their home, or eternal gatekeeper, acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. Again, they're going through something with their parents. I feel that is possible. They're reliving some things. It's either physically or they're actually going through it. Circumstances are. That's what I said in the beginning. Spirit is creating certain circumstances that are triggering past pain. And it could involve either. Now, don't take this personally. It could involve a karmic partner. It could involve maybe talking to other people. It could involve friendships, it could involve parental figures, siblings. They're like recreating certain situations that do create an atmosphere of awareness that leads to a breaking point. Like the spirit is poking this person, like because they are purposely creating these situations so that these triggers can come out. And so could it be for you that this situation is somehow aligning in a manner which is making you think about your own triggers, the ones that get you all hyped up, the ones that get you so anxious, the ones that get you feeling so empty from inside. Like maybe I think that on the opposite end, maybe you're feeling a lack, maybe you're feeling lonely without this person, maybe you're feeling desperate. So these things are being revisited by the both of you, by the situation that is being created over here. I also hear that, if they're dealing with somebody or they're talking to somebody else, it is also creating a narrative of comparison that nobody really compares to you. I feel like Spirit is really trying to console you that, anybody else that they're bringing in their life while having this connection with you is solely for the purpose of healing. They really want to protect you. That's what they want to. They keep saying the same thing, that they're protecting you from this person's, well, poor behavior, that unintentionally, it's like they wouldn't want to purposely do that, like they wouldn't want to purposely, this person wouldn't want to purposely take out their anger on you. But if you are so close to someone, they're kind of bound to act in such a manner. It just happens because every one of us is a human. Sometimes we just lash out, but they don't want you to go through something you don't deserve. Like, they don't want damage to be done to you. Calling in your soulmate. So I think that one thing they're saying is that it's okay if you feel like, you deserve better, of course. That somewhere this person also feels like they're okay if you think that you want to move on, because of the way that they're seeing themselves. It's like their demons are out of the cage and they're thinking the worst of themselves, but there's a reason why they feel unworthy of you. And there are things about this person's behavior that you don't know about. Now, that doesn't have to mean that they're a cheater or a liar or a scumbag or something like that. It just means that they have certain, everybody has a face that they don't show to everyone. That's you and me both. We have a side that when we're triggered or when we're feeling our ugly, we're showing something. So there are certain things that this person is comparing that to your best version and feeling like, I don't deserve them. So the Spirit is telling you that, this is like someone who feels like they don't deserve you. And if they've told you, from personal experience, believe them. Because time after time, they're going to show you why they don't deserve you. If somebody feels like they don't deserve you, trust it, because they will, in some shape or form, unintentionally or intentionally, mostly it's unintentionally, it's subconsciously wired to do some things that show you how they really feel about themselves. All people actually act in a way that they feel about themselves. So they might unintentionally sabotage it. When things are going good, they might ruin it. I feel like what Spirit's constantly saying is that, first of all, like, this is the third fact, don't doubt why they brought this person in your life. They're not stupid, they know what they're doing. And like, I mean, they're 100 times more smarter than you, and they can see different things that can take place. So the connection is not useless, it's not purposeless. It has a very strong purpose in your life. But they're really protecting you from this person's behavior as of now. That's what I keep picking up. I can't comment on the future. That really depends on your personal story with them. But there's got to be a reason why they're so furiously protecting you from this person. There are 10 things that we don't know about another person. They don't have to be hideously wrong, but they can be dangerous enough to maybe push us in a corner and make us feel like, did that really happen with me? When sometimes people are at their worst or their lowest, they can really surprise you because of how shitty they feel about themselves. We have sharing the burden. So This is such a card to show again the amount of anger that they carry. And I feel like with sharing, this gives me an energy of someone that's quite the possessive kind. I feel like this person is, they just have so much to deal with before they can be in a relationship with anyone. And exceptionally, you with someone that they have a strong connection with. We have 6 and 7. So they are doing the work, but it's like a slow process. This is like years and years of um, pain that they're having to. Do you see this card? It's like the monkey is poking the balloon. That's what I said. Spirit is purposely trying to throw this person off their daily routine. And the sharing woman has a candle over here, the candle that he can't seem to balance. Like this person is doing too much and not getting much done. Their head is not in the right place, pile number 2. Some things are hard to accept, but once we do accept them, they can be the best things we do for ourselves. And you're in a better place than they are. And that's the sole purpose for the universe protecting you from this person. Like, you can't be for real and think that the universe is not working things out in your favor. This is a literal example of how much it's thinking about you and cares about you. And your spirit guides want you to know that there is a reason, and you can see the reason behind all those triggers, why this person was important in your life. You may not like it, but they know what's best. This one's like a ticking bomb. This one's like, they, I think it's possible that, they are at a phase in their healing journey where they're really deep inside a wound you've probably encountered. Like, we revisit a wound again and again, but this one seems like they're unpacking a lot of baggage, somewhat for the first time at a deeper level. They really haven't explored this depth of themselves. So that's why they're like really quiet right now. So I'm gonna pull out a few cards to see what they would like to say to you, your guides. Receptivity and existence. Outsider, clinging to the past and reverse, participation. So the situation mainly gives me, so the situation based off the cards for you really gives me that it's fine if you're not able to let go of them despite knowing all that you do. I think that you were not oblivious to certain things about this person before this reading as well. And they're not pushing you to be like, let them go, let them go, let them go, if you're not able to do that, because they have already known about this, that your connection with them is strong and you both may have actually manifested each other, or this was just meant to be. However, they do recognize and want to point out that you feel pretty lonely in this connection, and just generally, maybe before this relationship or this connection, you were feeling quite lonely, but you were not completely aware of it. And having met this person, certain things being activated within you, coming to awareness, made you realize actually how lonely you are without another person. Now, that could just be a fear of intimacy, not committing for a really long time, or staying in relationships that don't share the level of intimacy you require, or keeping surface level relationships, not really taking the risk to put your heart out on the line. It just refers to as a complacency in your relationship intimacy factor. So they want you to be like, okay, fine, like they recognize you're not able to move on from it, but kind of like what they're pointing out is a part of this connection also bringing a recognition of the fact that you have outgrown the relationship you used to be in before. You require deeper, intimacy now. We have 5 twice over here, which is about change, and 14 5. This was your first card, which is 555 over here, which gives me you're ready to develop deeper bonds now, where you were scared for commitment or like deeper commitments or being unavailable. You're not that person. This connection has really changed you and you're ready for a deeper level of commitment. So we can't really just, on a general reading, a generic level, I can't just comment on when that happens, but they do want to point out that this has changed you, and that is the goodness of this connection. It did result in something good. That is that you've outgrown the blueprint there, or the, I don't know, the depth that you used to go for, and now you're getting ready for a deeper, like I feel like you're like actually there, you're ready for deeper commitments, you're ready for deeper relationships. Like surface level will not do for you, because you've met yourself at a deeper level where now you're willing, and you will be more satiated and satisfied. Your needs will be more satisfied if you have more intimacy. So this could be resulting in losing out past people, being very unattracted to past exes, having a feeling of disgust, all sorts of things like that, because now you're healed to another level. You're healing, so you're going through all those phases which you feel once you become quote unquote more healthier and connected with yourself. So there's a significant part of you that doesn't exist, and you're losing that. So they want you to be patient with it, and there's nothing that they're saying like, a crazy let go. I just feel like they're seeing you go with the flow, and that's what they want, and they know how to nudge you in the right direction. So they want you to trust what they're doing in your life. Okay, so I'm going to conclude this by pulling out a few channel messages. If you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this, information is given down below. I heard them say that you're very brave. Okay, your guides are saying you're very brave and they're proud of you. I'm not able to forgive myself for what I put you through. I push my worthiness in the future. I am not consistent with my energy because I am closed off. My childhood makes it difficult for me to be in a commitment. I miss you, but my pride won't let me come forward, and I'm feeling the consequences of my actions. I keep tabs on you secretly. Okay, so pile number 2, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below. And I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the card of wisdom, number 7, this is going to be a reading. It says, on a Wednesday with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards to see if this is your pile. We're going to see if this resonates with your situation, so you know this is your pile basically. I think one thing Spirit is telling me through this card is that this person is intelligent enough to understand what is going on. This person is aware. So I got 5 cards. So I'm just gonna take all of them. I'm gonna take this upright, the devil. I'm gonna take this in the reverse. This is gems, is pentacles, princess is page. Nine of swords, king of swords, and we have the emperor in reverse. So we have Capricorn, we have Aries energy. So by the looks of it, it seems like there is a lot of obsessive controlling thoughts that give me that you're in a situation where I feel like you kind of know how this person feels. Um, you feel as if this person has potential, they have um or if you're like kind of watching other tarot readings online, it's kind of giving you the insight that this is someone that's preparing themselves for a relationship. You feel like this is someone that is thinking about it seriously. um you're thinking that you're hoping at least that this person comes through. They prove you right, that this doesn't turn out to be a disappointment for you. There's a lot of controlling energy that I feel that's probably on your end. I suspect that you are feeling a very strong pull towards this person. You're really missing them. You're wishing that you can come together with each other. It's kind of keeping you up at night. You're also thinking about this more logically, despite how you feel for them. There are no cups over here, but it does give me this energy that I think it probably gave you a false start, or like a false impression, or like you don't know this person completely. You're still trying to figure them out. You're still hoping that they come through for you. The nine of swords is a very interesting energy over here. I'm very drawn towards it. It's not giving me the usual nine of swords. Even though it says obsession, the king of swords says the professional. Somewhere you feel like you're taking a rather more, you're doing what you feel like is right rather than what you want to really do. You're kind of holding yourself back in this situation. I feel like you're just sitting and you're waiting to see how this situation unfolds. You're waiting to see how this person shows up, or if they even do, and you have all your hopes high, and somewhere you're very invested in this person. It seems like you might have cut yourself off from looking at other options or thinking about other people. You kind of feel like you've found your person at the moment. You're not interested on going out on dates with other people. You're not interested in really talking to anyone, getting to know them. You also feel very powerless to this situation. You feel like this person, you don't really know what's going to happen over here. You're just really hoping things do pan out, even though you're quite pessimistic sometimes about this because of your own past experiences. I feel like with the professional energy, whether you're a man or a woman, both of you in this connection are probably thinking about it in a very cynical manner. Like, you're kind of, you internally are very like into this person. You kind of feel like you're in love with them because you're not attracted to other people. That's the first thing you're noticing. Nobody seems to hold, a candle against this person. And um I think with a professional, like, I feel like there's something very common about the both of you, that you're feeling this very strong pull towards each other, that you don't know how to act on it. I feel like it's possible, if you're watching this reading, you're kind of like hoping, or like the balls in their court, or it's like up to the universe. Like, I see you kind of sitting ducks. You're just waiting on what happens next. Yeah, I think that you feel very powerless. Don't really have a control over yourself. You can't really make a decision. You're just waiting, waiting to see what exactly happens over here. I think with the devil, it talks about, like, I don't think it's mainly just seduction. There could be a lot of fantasizing, but this is talking about, like, this, you feel obsessed. You feel obsessed with this person. You kind of feel like you're just under their spell. You can't do anything. This is a very strong feeling for you. And you're doing your best to hold your horses and not really act out of impulse or an emotional place or quotient. Like, you're trying to be logical however you can, and because you're holding back, it's bringing out obsession. You're feeling out of control. You want to know what's going to be the outcome. Am I going to get to be with them? Am I going to get to not be with them? Like, there's this, it's like you're not even looking for the relationship aspect. You're just so fixated on them that you kind of want to know if you're going to just end up with them or not, because nothing else seems to be bringing peace to you. You're kind of like, well, this is like, I feel so damn much for this person, that I can't even begin to explain. And it could be possible you're not really telling other people about it, because it kind of seems illogical to have so many feelings for someone you don't really know. So I feel like this is a newer connection. You find yourself in an unknown territory. You're not really sure on what to do over here. So if this seems like your situation, then this is definitely your pile. And I'm going to begin off by pulling out a few cards from Spirit. So for your person, we have metamorphosis. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. What they want to offer to you through this reading is, somewhere they're telling me an advice on how to also navigate this situation, because it's a pretty triggering one. It's just a very strong soulmate connection that you have with this person. I'm kind of sensing it's possible if the both of you are quite emotionally unavailable usually, or the both of you are like, you fear ending up with the wrong person, so you don't really commit. And it could be this person as well, since we're talking about them. So they could be talking about this person's progression. Right now, they're in a very confusing state. They are really contemplating their life values. They're going through a very, very big purge, which means that if they're not around, it's not personal. They want you to know this. This is the first fact of the situation that they're going to give you, that this person is not around because they're very, very overwhelmed with what is happening in their life. I think that you have difficulty in believing, like, how overwhelmed can somebody be if they're just not texting me. But I think that that is your own personal insecurity. I think this person is allowed to take that time if they feel like they're not ready for a relationship, if they're aware of it, because this is not someone that I hear that Spirit is saying that they're making excuses about it. They're genuinely very swamped with how their life is turning out to be right now. And with the inner life at the bottom of the deck, your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. And we have strength of vulnerability. True power lies at the root of a perceived weakness. Now, this could be a weakness that I see this person. There's a lot of number 4s over here. We have 43 with inner life. We have 4 with strength of vulnerability. We have 4 with the Emperor. So this kind of gives me the energy of someone that is in a transitional phase, and Spirit wants you to know that this person has genuine interest in you. They have genuine feelings for you. And there's nothing that they can exactly do to prove that to you right now, given the circumstances that this person is actually going through their own transformation. And I also feel like they want you to know the second fact of the situation, about your situation with this person and what do they think of them, is that you're very well capable of bleeding onto this person because you're going through your own process. So somewhere this person's dharma or their intuition is guiding them to take that time away from the whole situation, simply because they know that if this person comes around right now, you will pour all of yourself into this person, and then you will have resentment because they it's not, it's like you'll have resentment towards yourself entirely. You wouldn't recognize it, but you will have a resentment for yourself because you would not be completely ready or structured in a manner to have the right boundaries within yourself, because you're quite vulnerable yourself right now. It's almost like there's a sense of like, if you come together right now, you're pretty fragile, you're pretty I heard the word lucid, but I wanted to say like fluid, like loose and fluid. Right now there's like a lot hidden, there's more than meets the eye, there's a lot of things that this person is healing and you're healing. And I feel like this is all related around emotional unavailability, your past, picking the wrong people out of trauma, and confusing all that abuse as love, and fearing that you're going to do that again. And um, there's just a possibility of the both of you meshing up too much and losing yourself in this relationship because of your loose boundaries. And it's all because you're always like that, or you're not ready for it. It's just, this is a preparation phase. It is as simple as that, because the both of you are going through something. So when they're talking about this person, it's not that they're saying that they don't want you to be with them, they don't want you to try this, or they were just playing with you because they brought in a soulmate. They have no intentions. Like, spirit wants to you to understand that you have a misunderstanding of their intentions. And I'm talking about your guides. It's like they think that the universe, you think that the universe is playing with you by bringing in this person. They have absolutely no interest in you having, I don't know, a love connection. I think this is a part of your pessimism that's coming out, where you kind of feel like relationships don't really work out for me and love never really happens for me. They're kind of really wanting to say to you that that's not at all what we want. Like, we do want you to be in a healthy relationship. And it's almost like if 1% they have taken away people from the past, it's because they knew that those people would further hurt you, hinder you, who you are capable of becoming. And that's the same for this person. Now, this person is learning to make peace with their past. They have been utterly bruised by their own personal experiences, and this person still has to learn how to not take other people's personal reasons as a rejection. You could have done something, you could have put a boundary, or you could have just not been very forthcoming, which hurt this person's ego. But internally, this person also knew that you did the right thing, or you did it to protect yourself, which was also justified. So there are two parts over here where you're kind of battling with your yin and yang. You're kind of battling with the dark and the light right now. And they're telling me that you will, both of you, in fact, will come out of this successfully. I know this is like a lot about what do you guys think of this person, but like there's a very strong mirroring energy that I cannot refrain from. I want to pull out another card, see what do you think of this person. Can we get something strictly about this person? So we have accountability, which gives me responsibility as a gift of love to yourself and others. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing radical self-love, and then we have lantern, consciousness is light. Wow. So your person is actually growing quite a lot. Accountability is really telling me about someone who is, she's carrying a backpack or like this jute basket, and she's got stones in it, and it seems like someone who is breaking away from their past, carrying what they have, and still somewhat holding back, but they're like consciously aware of the fact they're looking at the metamorphosis. Like, they realize that there's a process going on. Spirit is telling you that this person is very well aware, and that's what they tie in with the owls over here. In another deck, I think it's the Wisdom Oracle or something like that, which has two owls which are loyal to each other, which tells me that this person recognizes that your love is true for them and their love is true for you. And they want you to know that Spirit also wants you to know that this is true love. This is genuine love, what you have. This is not infatuation. This is not abuse. That's what they want to really say. Like, you're so bruised by your past that I feel like more than this person, they're kind of like talking you up. They're kind of talking you up and convincing you that this is not a bad person. This is just, it hurts you because of your past experiences. This person has not given you reason for you to feel like they're gonna hurt you. I don't think that this connection is even explode enough for you to have that much, that you, for you to think that they're gonna already hurt you when they've not really done anything of that sort. And if they have, I don't think that this is your pile. I'm not sure how that matches up. I don't think there's a double story over here. I think it's a very linear message that I'm getting, that they feel responsible for this connection. They're getting more into an emperor energy. The emperor in reverse over here is not someone who's control freak because of the fact that, you know, they're a bad person or they're narcissistic. No, this is the energy of someone that has felt powerless in their life, mostly to probably addictions, bad habits, limiting self-beliefs, and things like that, which this person is thinking a lot about trying to break free from it. Because we have the metamorphosis and the accountability, it's like this person can, it's not even like they cannot escape. They're making a conscious choice to work on it, because it's like you don't understand what you do to them. You don't understand. That's what they want to tell you. The third fact over here is that you don't understand what you're doing to this person. It's just, I keep hearing, it's the way you love me. It's the way you love me. I'm not sure if, you know, you have made gestures or you've been kind to them. That has been more than enough for them to know how they feel about you, and for them to be like, you know, this is the person, I find it very valuable. I find this person valuable and like a gem. And this is the kind of a person you don't miss out on. That's what I keep hearing. So they want to tell you the fourth fact over here is that your spirit guides want you to know that this person sees your values, recognizes it, and wants to do right by you. So the reason they're kind of staying away or doing all of this shadow work is because of you. If you have disbelief, you need to think about why you feel like you're not worth it. You've always wanted somebody to work on themselves and come through for you, and you have a soulmate who's working on themselves because they recognize the value in you. Why do you not believe when you know I'm saying that? I completely understand and I empathize with what your past has been like, but this person really values you. You're very close to their heart. And that's one reason why they don't tell other people about you, because this is not a feeling that they can even express. If they begin to, I feel like there's just this energy. This person is very logical, closed off, kind of little cold person. And it's not that they this, I just want to clarify something, that it's not always that people are not committing out of immaturity. Now this is a very exceptional statement that I'm putting out there. This is not to support how today's generation or how today people play too much, not at all. But there are some people out there that do this to protect themselves, and your person is someone that shut down because they wanted to keep themselves safe. So I think that the fifth thing that they're telling me about your person is a lot about the fact that their past doesn't define them. When they were operating in a survival mode before all of this, it was something that this person was already at the precipice of realizing or letting go. But they didn't have the right inspiration or motivation to actually push through it. This process had already started before you. It was quite like, you know, a little lukewarmish. But when you came in, it really accelerated the things. It really accelerated things for this person in their life. A reflection of you has really served them good. It's like something about you, your kindness is what I keep hearing about, has really touched them. They know you're not like the other people. They know you're not like everybody else out there. I feel like they really respect they recognize your value because your self-respect is stronger than your feelings for anything. Like you, I feel like one thing I'm strongly hearing is that you'd rather be alone, or you're a loner and they know that. You'd rather be alone than be with a bunch of people that don't deserve you. And it could be possible that you drew a boundary with them. It's not something that you made clear as something like you blocked them or something, but you did do something that told them that I respect myself enough do not take this. So they're kind of highlighting something that happened. It's like they were unintentionally testing you, and you literally didn't even fall for it. There's a possibility of something like that happening. Childhood. So they think that, this person has had a very rough childhood, and somewhere they're pretty similar like you. Like this person may be someone that's actually a loner, like a physical one, like doesn't like to have a lot of people around. Or it could be just talking about like having a lot of people around but still not really getting along with them. That kind of a loner, or like a loneliness, like many people know of me but they don't really know me. And they feel like they can get along with you somewhere. There's a lot that spirit is confessing on this person's behalf, it seems like. Faith and abundance. So they want you to hold on, if I'm being very, very honest. Ghost and growth. This is something that will, I'm not going to lie. It seems difficult right now, but this is a rewarding situation. And it's not a test. Oh my god, I just keep feeling the need to say this is not a test. This is not a test. This is your shot at, having that emotional connection, your mental connection, your spiritual bond, your sexual chemistry. This is like all you've wanted, and it's like it's right there. But the only thing is that when we think of true love, we think of it as being like something that will just fall in our lap, and it'll be like a story, or it'll be like a fairy tale, or it'll be like what I see on social media. But on social media, they won't show you the ugly fights it took for them to build a rapport with each other. So you gotta understand that just because something is tough, it doesn't mean that it's always bad, or it's like harmful. It's like, I completely understand where you're coming from. I completely get it. It's because you have experienced really bad things and you've held on to them. You don't really trust your discernment. But you're not the same person anymore. That's the first thing. So they kind of really want you to know that you will do right by yourself, and this person, you're mature enough. The thing is that, I think that the common thing between the both of you is that you're not immature just because you haven't been committing. You've been scared. You are trying to do the best possible thing, that is to protect yourself. And for you to be in a commitment with this person, or to stop that fear or release it, is for you to remind what lies at the other side of it. What is it that it's like you're always thinking about, going in a commitment and what you're going to lose and how it's going to impact you. But a way to get past the fear would be to remind yourself what lies ahead of it. The love, the support, the safety, the safety, the love and the protection that I will get by just being with this person is what they want you to think about. Is like, what lies ahead? What will you gain being in a relationship? And that's something that I feel like spirit is also trying to teach this person. You don't have to be worried about how spirit does that. You just take too much pressure. They want to bring in blessings. They don't want you to suffer. Pile number 3, they don't want you to suffer. What else does spirit think of this person? Oh, separation in past life relationship. They're confirming certain things for you. We have playfulness and engagement. They want you to react differently when this person comes around. They don't want you to be so serious, uptight, stuck. Okay? I'm not mocking you. I'm just probably pointing out certain things you do out of fear. They want you to give this connection the fairness it deserves by not controlling, holding on to it, being too scared, limiting this person from what life that they want to live because you are feeling insecure. You don't want to lose them. I completely understand. But they want you to kind of think of the things that would be great by having this person around. entertain the thought of this working out rather than always entertaining the thought that this is not going to work out for me. You're thinking obsessively and pessimistically because you're scared, and this is very important to you. I completely understand that. But it's like a little, a little hope kind of goes a long way. Combustion. You kind of wonder if they're still around. Again, we have abundance and separation, both of the cards over here. What lies ahead of this is somewhere you get along with this person. I just want to say one thing that is like a little bit uh, cautionary. Don't try to control this person out of fear, please. Don't try to limit them, tell them what to do, which friends to hang out with, do this or that, or be insecure about the other gender being around them, like all sorts of things that your shitty past exes have done to you. Don't control another person. Let them be. Let them just be. Okay, you don't have to do that. It's like you probably fear being in a commitment also because you fear being not good enough, or being scared what if they meet somebody else that is better than me or treats them better, or they fall for somebody else, or like I'm replaced or something like that. You're scared you're going to lose them, but they have a connection with you. So what do you have to be worried about? Like, they've got the hots for you, nobody else. Like, the combustion card is literally your guys trying to tell you, like, hey, they've got eyes just for you. Like, no matter who comes along, like, even if it's like, I don't know, man, Brad Pitt, David Beckham, or I don't know, Angelina Jolie. Like, if somebody else just comes in front of them, they're not going to be as phased by it. Other humans can find other humans attractive, but they will not feel exactly the connection that you have with them. You gotta be secure in the fact that you're one of one. Nobody can be you and nobody can be them. Like, look around. You've literally stopped hanging out with other people, stopped checking out other people because you're so into them. Trust that they also feel the same, because this is a past life connection. This is something that supersedes this lifetime. Like, what are the chances that you both came back in this lifetime with each other? Like, it's kind of magical. Think about it, right? So I'm gonna pull out a few conclusive cards. I feel like the message is not over yet. Gemini, I think again we have the Lovers. God damn it. Um, Again, communication is key. They want to let you know that this person is working on their communication. They kind of like, I feel like this person talks quite surface level. I feel like you've got this person all wrong. I know that this reading can be quite scary because it's like breaking all um assumptions that you've kept yourself safe in, so that you don't have to get your heart broken, because being in love and a relationship or a commitment is that you're putting your heart on the line. It's like you can't have love without the risk of a heartbreak, and that's just facts. I can't sugarcoat that for you or make it any easier for you to, or soluble for you to just absorb it. But it's like, you just gotta go for it, man. Like, when you feel like it, you just gotta go for it. Sometimes you can't think so much. Sometimes you're so used to thinking about things and you're pretty stubborn about it, and that's a good quality. Being moderately stubborn is a good thing. It gets things done. You get what you want. But over here, it's somewhere you got to recognize where it's not working in your favor, and you got to switch things up, right? And I think that's what Spirit wants to leave you with, is like, Spirit is making this person realize about the things that are not working for them, and they're working on it. So I think all in all, this is a very realistic and a good reading. It's got a positive outcome. So I'm going to pull out a few channel messages from my self-curated oracle deck. If you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this, information is given down below. I don't think my needs are being met. So I think this is a past energy where this person felt neglected, shamed, burdened. I want to make efforts. I don't want to make false promises. They doubt their ability. Oh, thank you, Spirit. I doubt my ability to give equally to this relationship. My childhood makes it difficult for me to be in a commitment. I don't know how to make this situation better. The longer I don't confess my feelings, the heavier it gets. And if you could see yourself the way I see you, I rejected you before you could reject me. So I feel like, take these messages with a grain of salt. I think it's not your problem or your headache how Spirit gets this person to become a better version of themselves, just like they've been doing with you. Okay, so I'm going to leave this reading here. Pile number 3, I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how the resonated information for personal readings is given down below, and I am going to see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose the card of healing, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. So this is 29 reduces to 11, 2. The person could be life path number 2 or 11 or 7 as well. So I am picking up something that's like this person could be an artist, or this person could be in the healing business, or they could be a healer themselves, or they could be quite spiritual, and it's not like always people come across like that. There's like a sense of, I feel like a veil or an illusion about this person. You can't really see them for who they are, because this person, I don't know, they kind of seem pretty like they're a shapeshifter. This, you can't put a finger on this person. They've got many sides to them. That's mainly because of the fact, you know, this person is someone that's, and this could also be you, but I see like maybe you mirror a wound of feeling seen, like you're scared of being seen for exactly who you are. We're gonna pull out a few cards, see how your current situation is with this person, so that you know this is your pile. If you resonate with what I say, then I'm gonna tell you what Spirit thinks of this person. I'm gonna pull out 3 cards. There's a very healing energy to this person. I feel like I could just bet on it. They're probably a healer. They've got a very strong like a voice. This person knows their spiritual abilities. It could also be you. Okay, I think we have enough. We have Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Excuse me. Again, I feel like there's something very funny. Throat chakra over here. It's like your most powerful tool or your asset, but it's the most wounded part of you or your person as well. So I'm gonna take how I feel them, how I feel guided to take these cards. I'm going to take this one in reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is protection. We have the Hangman upright. This is attitude. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse, challenger. And we have the 2 of Cups. Okay. Strong energies. Immediately you felt a connection with this person with the 2 of Cups energy. This is romance. It's like you had a desire to be with this person. In the beginning, it could have been something that you were assuming to be pretty casual, like, yeah, you know, it's probably just very hot, heated chemistry. I've probably found someone that I have a great chemical reaction with. This could have also been something that started off as a fling, as a casual thing, a friends with benefits, a situationship, but it was a very, very quick realization that this is just not it for you. Like, you want a lot more. The question really comes in when you realized that you're not ready exactly for a relationship, or you yourself have a level of emotional unavailability within you, or you have certain patterns that you know that are not good for anybody to be in a relationship with, given yourself as well. The Knight of Swords is the energy of a runner. So I feel like you're in this situation right now with the Hangman. It's not at all like coincidental, is it though? But it's like with Piscean energy is very intuitive. Given your cards over here, I see that as It's like you're very well aware of what's going on. You're very tapped in. You could have strong Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm also picking up on Libra, Taurus, Virgo, and Leo. So these energies give me a very strong Piscean energy, and a Scorpio energy is very strong because Scorpio is very transformative. Scorpios are also very hidden with how much they kind of know. And Pisces is like, I can see my own self-sabotaging patterns. So you're someone that's quite introspective right now. You're thinking about things. You may have been running away from the intensity of this connection, but somewhere you have stopped in your own way. I feel like you kind of walked out of it running, but then you just stopped and you realized, like, what am I doing? I really want this person. It's like you almost did it, and that's when you realized pretty soon enough that you somewhere sabotaged it. Or that's not what you wanted to do, or that's how you always go about things, that this is not how you want to approach this situation specifically. And if that is not true for you, it could be about your person, but I feel like majority of it is true for you. You kind of found yourself in a situation where you did act upon a fight or flight mode, and then when you realized that running away is not the right answer, you just froze. That's what happens when you have no other thing to do, so you kind of just freeze in the moment. So you're somewhat experiencing stagnation. You perceive it as stagnation, but it's not exactly stagnation. You kind of feel like you're going deep in your own shell. You're thinking too much about things, but that's not true. Again, there's a healing process taking place, a very strong one, might I add. But I think the biggest, somewhat small victories that do count, the biggest small victory you've had is that you stopped running. Because you were always very quick to think of a situation as bad, as alarming, because it involved love or feelings, and you perceive them to be something that is unsafe because of the Ten of Pentacles, which can talk about your childhood experience, which can talk about how you perceived love and experienced love after that because of your childhood prototype or pattern, or conditioning, or whatever you like to call it. But it's like prototype. This is what we think relationship means to us, and we do it for conventional matters. We don't really receive love. It's like we're all just fulfilling our duties to each other in a rugged society of a 9 to 5, and we're just living in the matrix. Oh my god, Andrew Tate. It's like this is all like we're just trying to do our best until we realize that this is not, we don't have to abide by this. We don't have to abide by this. So that's what I'm picking up over here for you. You're like, you're kind of trying to figure out like what more can I do, because suddenly you had epiphanies, or you had this realization inside that something's gotta give over here, or something can change. You saw a hope, a glimpse of hope, or you felt like there's got to be something else about the situation, that maybe this can be rewarding. The Ace of Pentacles and energy of stability. This can stay. This can be around for me. This person. What if I'm wrong, or I misjudged them? What if like I thought the worst of them, or I projected my past onto this person? It's not actually true. Like, that's why I felt this veil. Thank you, Spirit. That's why I felt this veil. You were not able to recognize this person for who they are, because there seems like you were projecting something, or you had your own like a sense of like, I know how people are. It's like something has changed your perspective, like a 180. Something has really, really opened your eyes to this situation. So if that sounds like your situation with this person, now I'm gonna begin off with what Spirit thinks of your person. Whatever. It's like I'm hearing like how to deal with this connection. That's what I'm hearing. You're kind of clueless. Like, what am I supposed to do? What kind of approach am I supposed to take? You seem like someone, this is gender non-specific. It's not that you're a man or a woman. You just seem like someone that has a lot of masculine energy at the moment. You're kind of looking to take action, or you've been introspective for a really long time, like stationary. You have pent up emotions. This is not seeming like sexual frustration or something like that, but this is just another form of sexual potency that is built up within you due to releasing or balancing of your chakra. Now, sexual energy is mainly powerhoused in sacral, which is nearly your lower abdomen. So it seems like there was a womb, what do you call, um, a, a wound in your womb energy. So whether you're a man or a woman, we all have wombs. And you had something that probably, again, it seems like it was passed on either generational, or this is something that your family is carried on, generational, my bad. Or it seems like something that your mother experienced when you were in her womb. It seems like a strong rejection wound. That's why you keep running away from love and you chase people that don't really want you. Except for this moment, a round of applause for you, because you decided to stop running away from that and you realized that this is probably not the truth. It's like you always saw yourself as the bad guy in every situation, and you're kind of learning to purge this self perception of yours, which has a lot of guilt and shame. It could have resulted in you mistreating other people, and you kind of really, really change the narrative. You flip the script for yourself. You're deciding that you don't want to do the same thing again and again. There's something very strong about a mirroring energy or a reflection that this person gives you of themselves, of yourself, of themselves. This seems like a telepathic connection. Like somewhere at least you can feel their energy. You just don't know, but you just know. You don't know, but you just know. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that song, Under Influence. I'm hearing that line, you don't know what you do to me. It's like you just don't know what they do to you, but they just do something to you. And they hit all the boxes, like whatever you wanted in a person. All of this really got to you, and you just couldn't help but notice that maybe I'm doing something wrong. And you're having a difficult time handling this connection or navigating your way through it. So I'm gonna see what you need to know about this person. So we have eruption in reverse. This is again sexual energy. This is Martian energy. This is pent up emotions, aggression, and this could also be about body image. But oh, well, they wanted you to know about this person, that there's someone that doesn't. Okay, so they're stating the facts. I did this in all previous piles. So first thing you need to know about this person, first fact, is that they strive for peace. That's why there's this Libra energy. They strive for peace. Relationships are very important to them, romantic or platonic. They would rather be alone, and you could have the same traits, okay? But they're telling me that this person values relationships a lot, and they would rather be alone than be with people that don't understand them. And it's like this eruption gives me the energy of someone that's like, it takes a lot for them to reach a point and be like, all right, just like get out. Like it takes them a lot to be like, I've had enough of your shit. It's somewhere where I feel like this person, they're telling me that this person has put up with too much at this point, that they don't really want to argue. They're just very peaceful with what is, and they're not going to keep explaining what is not. So they think that this person is mature enough to make good decisions for themselves and you. They have potential for being a good partner because they know how to somewhere self-regulate. Now, I'm not saying this person is perfect. They won't make mistakes. Or because they're a healer or a spiritual, they're perfect. It's almost just a sense of you to recognize that they are someone that, you invest in. It takes time. They take a lot of time to open up. This is someone that is more like, they're going to get comfortable with you if you just keep meeting them. You take a little more friendly approach with them. You hang out with them. They start feeling comfortable with you. It's more like this is a very slow burn process. This is not a quick, hot, high, what do you call that? Hot, heated kind of a relationship. They're very slow moving. They don't really act on things that quickly. I feel like they may have a potential trait of being slightly like they procrastinate, especially when it comes to relationships. They are not someone that commits easily. That's what I am picking up, which may be something that they want to talk about. And I think it's possible it stems from their own childhood. Temperance again. This is Sagittarius energy. This is like, yeah, thank you, Spirit. Because I was kind of doubting what is the purpose of it, how to go with the flow. They kind of want you to understand the type of person you're dealing with. Grand Trine Blessing, it means something that develops slowly by slowly over time. This is like, with this person, if I had to use a metaphor, how you build a relationship is by putting a brick after a brick. You start from scratch, and it says little by little effort, by time by time. Um, So they struggle with self worth. That's why they don't go in relationships. They may have a wound around being seen. They fear intimacy. That's probably the reason why you can't. They're very good at just hiding. This is what I feel. Because you can't really tell because of like how flashy. I'm hearing something about them is very flashy. Either they have got a very bright aura, or they're just very bright in the way that they wear clothes or something like that. They're very, very good. This person is very good at making a fool of other people, not in a manipulative manner, but just, I feel like, what's the word, self-protective measures. They don't want people to see their flaws. And there's a fear of being seen over here, where this is the fact number 2, that one thing that is a little bit complicated and can be a difficulty to navigate your way around is to get in their inner circle. There's some sort of wound that I pick up with the opposite gender. So it could be that, if this is a woman, she has difficulty trusting men. If this is a man, he has difficulty trusting women. This stems from parental figure issues. This stems from abandonment from that opposite gender parent. This is 46, reduces to 10, again 1. Which has severely affected the way this person feels about themselves, and ultimately it reduces down to trust. So I think that the second thing that I'm getting is that this person would rather invest in tangible things, or they focus more on investing in money, in things like work, so that they can escape or distract themselves from the fact that they feel lonely somewhere inside. I think this person works a lot, or they just try to keep themselves busy in a day-to-day life. There's a lot of physical body movement that I pick up that they do. They're always on the go, doing something here and there, keeping themselves busy, because they're somewhere like they're kind of obsessed with distracting themselves from the fact that they do have this blockage where they don't know how to let people in. It's like this is what they're telling me that's a little bit tricky with this person, that tends to push people away, and they don't intend to do that, but they unintentionally hurt somebody, and they don't recognize when somebody is actually good for them, and they push the other person away. It's like these, either there's two things: either they self-sabotage, they push away a good person, a good opportunity, or they what was the second one? I forgot. Maybe it's just that they self-sabotage. I'm hearing I can't recognize what real, I can't differentiate from what's real from what's fake, because I've been deceived many times. So it's almost like it seems like they've either, I'm picking up on abuse, physical or sexual, or too much of mental torture is what I'm hearing. Like I feel like this person may have dealt with narcissistic people. They're kind of reminding me, like the third thing that they're giving me is it's almost like they're not convincing you that you have to go for this and wow, this will be rewarding, but they're telling you what you're up for or with, like what you're dealing with. It's like as difficult as it seems, it can be rewarding later on, but it is a slow moving process. They want you to really know this. It's a slow moving process. Like, it's gonna take you months before this person actually really lets you in. This is not someone that's going to be an open book. You can try to figure them out. You can see, like, they're telling me that if they're on social media, you're only going to see what they've put out there. It's not going to let you know about their dark side. The dark side is not something that I'm talking about is scary. I'm just talking about when people let other people see their flaws, the ones that they feel very small about, the ones that they feel that if they let the other person see their flaws, they're going to judge them and ultimately leave them. So this person doesn't let other people come close to them because they're fearful of intimacy. They're fearful that the other person that they're getting involved with, it's like such a pity, because they can love other people but they can't love those parts of themselves. This person is a runner, just like you, in some shape or form. They run away from relationships, especially intimacy, opening up, because they fear that the other person is going to reject them. That's your fourth fact of this situation, that the both of you run away from things because you're scared that if and when they see and find out who I am, they're not going to like me for this, like this. Like, you work hard to conceal these parts of yourself. And when love makes itself known, you're scared that it's going to run away because I'm not good enough, or I have to change myself to be worthy of their love. So it could be a part of self-rejection. I'll just push love away. So there's a mix, okay? Again, the important thing to notice over here is that no person is perfect. It's literally like they're giving me that in life, you're going to find people and you're going to see that everybody has a red flag. You just pick the one that you can deal with and you stick with it. And that's how people make relationships work. Every relationship really has some sort of dysfunctionality. It just depends to what degree. I'm going to be very, very honest and brutal with you. The number of years you're with someone does not define how well they know you. It can mean nothing. So this really depends on you taking your time. If you find this person worthwhile, to figure them out, if this is something you want to commit to. That's the first thing. You need to recognize that this is not something that you have to completely jump into and be like 100% I'm committed to figuring you out and saving you. No. If on the other end, this person is coercing you that I'll only let you figure me out if we get into a relationship, that's not it. That's not healthy. There's got to be a time frame that works for the both of you, where you decide, if you begin to get to know this person, that this is it. Because there's almost a sense, if you run away from relationships thinking again and again that you're running away from intimacy, there can be an energy of thinking the grass is greener somewhere else. Actually, you're just using excuses so that you don't have to get closer to somebody else. You're always looking for somebody better out there. It's like, I feel like I am talking about this person, but I'm also talking to you. You're very similar to this person in certain ways. I think that, we can talk about a fear of commitment, which came up in another pile, but this is for a different reason. This is like, I keep thinking, what if I find somebody better, and I hope that it'll be easier. But the thing is, it will not get easy. Every relationship will have its challenges. You're expecting somebody to be perfect. And you know why? Because you expect yourself to be perfect. I see this in your person. And I see this in you. You're expecting somebody to be perfect. That's why you don't know if this will be the right person for me to settle down with. And I know that I said that the reading says that we are going to talk about what Spirit thinks of your person. I did mention that we're going to figure out how to go with this connection, how to flow with it, or how to figure this out, or what to do with it. And this is what it is. This is something that's pretty internal within you and this person. You can't really do anything about what they do with it. That's what they want you to know. That's like literally spirit's burden of pressure. You don't have to be worried about how this person heals and what they do. It's out of your control. But this is about you, the choices that you want to make. It's almost like, I'm going to tell you one thing. If it's not a fuck yes, it's a no. If you have your own confusions about this person, I'm probably just going to say that. If it's not a hell yes for you, then it's a no. What do they want you to know about this person now? You mirror each other. Like, I'm just gonna say, don't play with me. You mirror each other. The unknown. You're scared to just fuck around and find out whether we get along with each other or not. You don't want to put your heart on the line. Same as with this person. I just think that there's just more of this energy, that this person is in a more receptive energy. They're more in a feminine energy. They're more in a they're more receptive. They're just gonna go by what you're kind of choosing to do. They're not very, very forthcoming. I think that somewhere I would say it's not, it's really dependent on your own preference. That's what I keep saying about this reading. It's dependent on your preference. If you decide to do with this person, it's very good. If you don't decide to go with this person, it's also very good. There is no right or wrong answer over here. This is just about a choice. Choices make our life. It's like, it's not a wrong answer if you do end up seeing things where they go and then you decide like, well, this is not what I thought it would be, or this is not something that's up to mark or something like that. I know there's so many layers to this situation. I cannot really narrow it down to a right or a wrong answer, because you gotta still, I feel like the advice is you gotta fuck around and find out. You have to see what it is before you can make your judgment. This is not worth my time. That's just what it is. The unknown is the whole criteria, the crux of this situation. I cannot tell you how this will play out till the time you dive into it and find out. One way, the only thing that's in your control is you take the plunge. I'm going to tell you that. If you try it out, you figure out how you feel about it. You can't really do about anything about what and how the other person reacts to it. You can only be true to yourself and your feelings. And I almost understand, if you're watching this reading, you're pretty eager and you're kind of like searching for something that gives you an answer about this person, right? This was not a linear reading. There's a lot that the both of you share, honestly. It's like they just keep saying to me that everybody's got a red flag. You just got to pick the one that you can deal with. Make it work. That's what I keep hearing. Nobody's perfect out there. And you know, the worst part of it, which I also relate with in certain different areas of my life, is like you always expect perfection when you expect it from yourself. And it's like, I feel like that's very brutal on ourselves, right? What else do they want to say? Stay optimistic about your love life. You know, there's a lot of things that I didn't want to say that kept on coming out. It's like this is pure channeling, but it's like my throat chakra is really acting up. Like I've really, really eaten up my words and slipped on them and just barfed. Love yourself. So this is self-respect makes you more attractive, and very soon. So I feel like your reunion, whatever you like to call it, is somewhere like you rekindling things with this person is quite close. But I just feel like there's just masculine energy, like you're getting frustrated with the stagnancy of it and you want to do something about it. And I think that, and I really hope honestly that this reading brings you some sort of clarity about what you should be doing. Codependency tells me that this is the codependency of like staying in an extremity. No, I don't want to date. I don't want to date. I don't want to date. Or yes, I just want to be in love. Like there's no balance. It's like codependency is like you go in one extremity. You could have been a very anxious person before and now you're completely avoidant. I think that avoiding this situation will not do you any good. That's what I'm going to tell you. It's not about this person. That's what I keep telling you again and again. This is about you. We have caution about, they're telling me that this person might be, I think it's a no-brainer, they might be on guard a little bit if you do approach them. Rejection in reverse. They would be very relieved. They would be very happy that you chose them, is what I'm hearing. I'm not sure what that means, but I feel like they want you to know that they're very sad about how things have played out. Spirit is saying about this person, they're very sad. You mean a lot more to this person than you know. I think I'm going to pull out a few advice cards for you before I let you go. Disguise and reverse. They're telling me you already have the answers you need. It's like you're kind of hoping for a definitive answer that's not going to come to you. Resilience in reverse. Epiphany. Reincarnation. This is a past life connection. This is something that, it's also like I'm picking up a wound that you've been carrying from past lives, or it could be about the womb, you know, because there's a fetus over here. I did talk about that. You both share a rejection wound, a fear of being seen by the other person. I'm just gonna leave you with the fact that there's no right or wrong answer over here. There's just, you find out what works for you. There's nothing wrong with going ahead and trying something. What if it turns out to be better? You know, like, what if it doesn't have to be this complicated? What if you figure each other out and, you know, with staying optimistic, what if, you know, you both end up really figuring each other out, and what if you have great compatibility with each other that you worked upon? It wasn't easy, but it's like you tailor made it according to each other, and if it doesn't work out, then there's no loss over here. You definitely come out better. You learn something a little bit more. It adds to your healing journey a little bit more. Like, I think you should think about the positives of this situation rather than what just looks like on the surface, what it just looks like on the surface. Because the situation has a big question mark, but you can turn it around. Really, it's up to you. Pile number 4. That's what Spirit thinks about it. There is just no right or wrong answer in life. So I'm going to put out a few channel messages from your person. Conclude this reading. If you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this, information is given down below. What do they want to say? I'm afraid to lose myself in this relationship. I told you there's like this codependency, like either they're completely hyper independent or they're quite absorbed with a person. It's you know, I want to say that it's not impossible to figure out how to be with another person. I feel like maybe you've been single for a really long time. I feel like I blew my shot with you. I'm passive because I don't think I can make it happen for myself. I'm telling you, this person is afraid of your rejection and they're going to be receptive, but I don't think they're going to take action. My childhood makes it difficult for me to be in a commitment. I'm aware of my codependency. Well, that's good. Like, you know, this person is aware of the fact, like, what they're doing and how they become. You trigger parts within me that I don't want to face. I hate the distance between us. I don't want to make false promises. If you could see the way I see you. And lastly, we have, I want to express what I want with you, but I don't know if you want the same. Okay, so pile number 4. This was a very insightful reading. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button. Subscribe for more. Hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below. And I am going to see you guys in another one. Bye-bye.